So I'll just speak very briefly a little bit about what we do as the Global Green Growth Institute and the kind of opportunity I think we have now here, thanks to our partnership with TERI and the enthusiasm of our state partners in Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. In essence, what we try to do to affect this transformation to a green growth pathway has both to do with the green growth side and the strategic and implementation planning side. What we support is a sort of coalition of the willing that wants to move to this green growth pathway by helping them with their sort of strategic and implementation planning. That's where we focus. Now, we spent 3 days talking about green growth and its benefits. I think, I won't repeat them all, but I think it's worth highlighting that the future of development really is a holistic vision that includes the environment, it includes social inclusion, and it includes economic growth. And it's going to be all three. And we've had many speakers point out the fact that it's simply going to be impossible to develop according to the old brown paradigm. And I think we're driven by the fact that it's really, in the long run and in many cases in the short run, a win-win situation to move to this new paradigm. So we're devoted to helping that happen. We're devoted to connecting those states and countries that want to push this paradigm. The second thing I want to talk about, though, is how we do it, just for a minute, because it's very important. And the reason we focus on strategic and implementation planning is because to achieve this transformation, it's a hugely challenging transformation. It's a very complicated transformation. To achieve this transformation with the time and resources we have, it must be planned and implemented effectively. There's no way a green growth transformation will happen without good value for money policy that does things in a more effective way than we've probably seen to date. And there's no country that's gotten this right in the world. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about the most advanced countries in Europe, so-called advanced countries, let's say, or otherwise. It's a journey that the high, middle, and low-income countries will have to take together and will have to discover together. To give you a sense of it, from my work in the UK, I think it's safe to say that the difference between good policies for a green growth transformation and bad policies for a green growth transformation can be double the cost to the public sector. And this is not going to be feasible. The public sector is not going to have that kind of resource. So we have to get it right, and we have to do good implementation planning. There's various ways that we try to help do this, and there's various ways in which it can be done effectively. One is really at the strategic level. It's about making the right choices. It's about deciding what the pathway needs to look like among a complicated set. And you take transportation, for instance. There's so many things that are required for a green growth transformation in transportation. Land use planning, public transport, vehicle efficiency, the move to low carbon vehicles. There's so many things that have to happen. And they can happen in various different orders and with various different technologies. But unless you have a good understanding of what the right pathway has to be, unless you choose that pathway wisely, it's going to be very difficult to do it quickly, and it's going to be impossible to do it with the public resources that are available. So it's critical that we get that strategic vision right. The second thing is how we design policy. The policy design, again, we all have seen bad and good policy design. In some cases, it's about using the market effectively, like we've seen in renewable energy. In some cases, actually, it's more about restricting the market effectively, like I think we've seen best done in some energy efficiency regulations and standards. So it's those kind of things that we want to work with the policymakers closely on to make the right decisions, because it will make it happen much better. And I think the final thing, and this is to speak to why we're doing this initiative in this way, it's important that it be done at the national, state, and local level, at all three levels. It can't just be driven by national policies, because it has to get delivered on the ground. It has to get delivered by states and localities. And it's only when states have the capabilities, the understanding of what they need, can feed that back to national policy, and can adapt to national policy and create their own policies, that this will get done. So it's my pleasure to be here with the representatives from Himachal Pradesh and Punjab who are eager to take this journey. And I hope that we can help support the government of India from the state and even the local level through to the national level in doing this effectively with good value for money and in a way that will get us there before the time runs out. So thank you very much.